It's Monday morning, we're in the warehouse as usual on a Monday morning, packed up a couple of small orders to go out this morning on UPS for some parts. I'm not normally this happy on a Monday, to be honest with you, but we've made it to episode 20, which is ridiculous. It might not seem a lot if you're watching or if you're new here, but 20 weeks, 20 episodes of our week-to-week series is massive. It's taken a huge effort every week to get to this and keep producing it. So I hope it's been worth it. I hope we're continually making it better and better every week. Also, one of our first press articles came out this morning on Project Plant. I'll hopefully can put a screenshot here to show you. Really, really cool to see. It's one of the first bits of press we've had, along with our interview last week that you've seen on Demolition News. This is the first bit of print press that's going online and will be out in the magazine as well. So massive thanks to Gary at Project Plant, Gary and Mark and everybody at Project Plant for the coverage. It is very much appreciated. Please, if you have a minute, if you're watching this and you're interested in any of our background, go take a look at the article, have a read through it, let me know what you think. I think the new branding looks great, I think the new name looks great, so I could not be happier. The fact we're on episode 20 this week, and that is a lovely way to start a new week. Also, with it being a Monday, we have a new start. You may or may not know that for the last couple of weeks, we have had a full-time video editor. I think I mentioned it in one of our previous episodes, but Daryl will be editing this video. We have a full-time video editor. They work remotely, but they are editing all of our week-to-week and their sort of longer form content. So hopefully you have seen an increase in the production and the editing and the overall quality of the output. Along with that, today we have also started a full-time web developer. Why do we need a web developer when we are an attachment business? I hear you ask. Good point. Our business, both here in the UK and in Denver, Colorado, are based off of our website. The majority of our traffic, our incoming inquiries, and ultimately our sales are generated through our website and our online presence. So in order to keep driving that forward, keep driving the business forward, we have taken on a full-time web developer in the hope that we can increase the quality of the website, increase the functionality, ultimately make it easier for the customer to see what they're looking for, to find what they're looking for, to get information on our products, and whatever else that we think we can do along the way. Welcome Al. Al is his name, he is remote as well. Welcome on board. Let's see how that, I'll keep you updated with how that pans out and what we're working on that basis. So yeah, busy week so far. We, as I say, a couple of orders out this morning. The big Auger Torque 35,000 Max that is there, that you've seen us getting ready a couple of weeks ago. We fitted a pressure relief valve on it, we put the cradle on and we got the augers in. I can't remember what episode, but I'll find it and I'll link it back here where we were getting that ready. We've had payment for that from the customer. That's pretty much ready to go. That'll need to leave here this week. It's going to a customer in El Paso, Texas. It's on the crate, everyone's ready to go. Just need to strap it down, wrap it up, and that'll get out here this week. We'll probably do that tomorrow. Other than that, I'm going to get back in the office this afternoon, get a bit more done, work with the new web developer, get him on board, get him working on some stuff to do. Anything else, I will keep you updated. Morning, Tuesday morning, we're back in the warehouse. No orders going out today from here. An order going out from Cheltenham direct to a customer. It's for a big auger drive, actually bigger than this one, a 65,000 max. It's going to leave Auger Torque at Cheltenham today. Should be with the customer, what day are we on, Tuesday? Should be with them tomorrow or Thursday, just because we don't have stock of a drive that big here. That's the only thing going out today. Got a couple of meetings on this morning. Got a meeting with our sales manager from Cangini. She is on the way over this morning, so we'll have that meeting. Just going to take that here in the warehouse. As you know, we don't particularly have a dedicated office at the moment, so we're as well having it in here around the product as we are anywhere else. So that's what's on this morning, and then I think I have a video call with the factory in India after that. Then Laura and I are going to record a podcast episode this afternoon. So Busy day, no orders going out, but busy day nonetheless. At the moment, while I'm waiting on the first meeting, I'm going to record a short TikTok reply video. I'm just going to leave the camera running as well for the week-to-week episodes, because I think hopefully I can make sense to both and provide a bit of value to you as well. So for context, I posted a video last night. It was a 3.5 ton Kubota mini digger with a 750mm auger on it. Hopefully we can put the video in here to show you. They were drilling fairly large 750mm diameter holes for tree planting, and one of our followers on TikTok, shout out to Sai, has messaged back or commented on it saying fair play for the machine to have the power to drive that auger. So just want to do a little bit of a reply, going through the balance between speed and power when it comes to picking an auger drive for a mini digger. So I'll leave this camera running while I do the reply. Hopefully we can make sense to both. I'm going to green screen some spec sheets and some stats and figures in the background of the TikTok. I'll try and put them in here as well while I'm talking, so I can better demonstrate, or you can better see what I'm actually talking about. Fair play to the machine with the power to operate the auger. Thanks, Si. That is an Auger Torque 4500 max with a 750 diameter tree planting auger on a Kubota KX101. If you bear with me, I'm going to use this opportunity to get a little bit technical around picking auger drives to suit your excavator and your application. So generally it is a torque or a power versus a speed debate. More speed generally means less torque. More torque generally means less speed. The easy way to think about this is oil flow equals speed, oil pressure equals torque, and anybody with a basic understanding of hydraulics will know that more pressure equals less flow and more flow equals less pressure, hence the torque versus speed comparison. However, it would always be my recommendation, especially when trying to drill with bigger diameter augers, to always opt for torque or power over speed. As I mentioned, that customer's machine was a Kubota KX101, and when you're ever looking for an auger drive or looking for an attachment at all for any excavator, the big specs you need to look for, or the ones to look out for, is your auxiliary circuit, which is right below me here. Flow rate, 55 litres a minute. Hydraulic pressure, that's 210 bar. So regardless of what attachment you put on, that's going to be the max flow rate, and that's going to be the max pressure out of the excavator. Here are the drive unit specs for the 4500 max. As you can see there, 50 litres a minute minimum and up to 240 bar. So if we bear in mind that 210 bar is going to be our maximum output from the excavator, the drive will take up to 240, so that's not an issue. What it does mean is you need 240 bar to see the max torque output of the drive, the 4500 Newton meters. However, if we compared that to a 3500, I don't have the specs here, but trust me on this, it would also say a max of 240 bar, but that would only give us the 3500 max torque of that drive. You keeping up? So our excavator flow rate right here, 55 litres a minute. I don't think anybody could argue that that drive does not have enough speed. Personally, I would not need any more RPM out of that than what they're showing here. So if we bear in mind, we'll get more torque out of that drive, and for me, that's enough turning speed. Then I think that's quite a good demonstration of how possibly going for what looks like the larger drive on spec benefits from a little bit of extra torque, or quite a big bit of extra torque actually, versus a slight lack of RPM, which would only ever become noticeable if you had, say, a 3500 and a 4500 directly next to each other on the same excavator. You may notice the difference in RPM, but as we've just demonstrated with that video, I don't think there's anything wrong with the turning speed of that drive on that excavator in that application. I've tried to record this video in one go. We're 3.5 minutes in. Hopefully it's made sense. I'm not going back to go over it, but hopefully that's made sense on my thoughts behind speccing the right drive, or maybe speccing what looks like a slightly bigger drive but is right for the application. Again, Si, hopefully I've not got too technical and completely lost you with that. And thanks again for the comment. If I can help with anything else, attachment or auger drive related, you know what to do. Leave me a comment and let me know. Cheers! Okay, hopefully that made sense if you're watching the week-to-week episodes. We'll put the spec sheets in here as well, and the picture and the video of the auger. That's just a bit of my thoughts on picking the right drive or speccing the right drive for the right excavator, for the size of auger, for the application. Whew. Hopefully that's come out alright. What was that? 10 minutes of video to make a 3.5 minute video. That's not too bad. Afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, meeting with Cangini went well. Ran on a bit longer than I thought, so I missed the second meeting that I was planning to have today, but that's okay. I'll do that tomorrow. Meeting there went well. Other than that, pretty much just been in the office for the last hour or so. Getting some work done in there, get some quotes to send out and some quotes to chase up. Other than that, for the day, there's not much terribly exciting I can share with you. I did mention Laura and I were going to record a podcast episode this afternoon. We've pushed that till tomorrow afternoon because I'm waiting on some new equipment turning up, so it makes sense just to try and run that out at the same time, set everything up at the one time and do that then. So that's tomorrow afternoon. As for the rest of the day, I've just taken a bit of a break for the office, took a walk up here to the warehouse for an hour or so. I'll do a bit of tidying up, a bit of sorting things out in here, then I'll get back in the office. So not a whole lot to show you, I am afraid, but that's how it goes. Some days are, I say busier than others, busy still, but me sitting at the desk in the office is not terribly exciting for you to watch. So that's pretty much us for Tuesday. Wednesday afternoon, we're back in the warehouse. Nothing terribly exciting to show you today, unfortunately. Just been in the office pretty much all day so far. Took some orders, which are very much appreciated. Nothing getting packed here and nothing going out today, so very little to show you on that front. Laura and I are going to do a podcast this afternoon. I'm just getting set up here, waiting on her coming back. We'll do maybe an hour or so of podcast recording. We've got some new equipment, some new cameras and stuff. I want to get set up in time for her getting here. And other than that, for the day, that's pretty much us for Wednesday, to be honest. Nothing, as I say, terribly much exciting. Hopefully, I've got some more to show you tomorrow. I told you the point of this series was to give you a behind the scenes of all the goings on a daily business of a small company. And to be honest, this week, not been a lot exciting to show you. There has been quite a bit going on, but it's been mainly office work. We have taken actually a few orders, some of which I'll show you next week because they'll be dispatched next week. Some are going straight from Cheltenham to the customer. One we're working on at the moment that hopefully I can show you nearer the time. A big 42,000 max, so a drive unit like this sort of size on a cradle with some horizontal drilling augers, which would be really, really cool to show you if that comes about. As for orders leaving here this week, not a lot at all. Got a delivery in there, that's why I'm up in the warehouse just now. A little grab that was delivered, I'll show you that tomorrow. We'll get it inside tomorrow because we have no space in here and the forklift is currently being used for a table. Laura and I recorded a podcast episode on Wednesday evening. I'm going to try and do another one this evening or this afternoon. Get a couple of them done while it's all set up. Go have a watch, have a listen to Laura's What Is She Up To Now podcast. I'll put a link up here as well. You don't have to listen or watch the ones that I'm in. Watch the ones with the guests on. They are very interesting, and we're trying hard to keep coming up with some more interesting guests and just keeping the content coming. Other than that, that's pretty much us for Friday. I did mention at the start of the week that this big auger drive package was to go to the US. It's been held up because of Thanksgiving. The air freight rates were $1,500 more expensive to ship it this week as opposed to next week. So we're just going to hold off. It's going to leave here Monday with the two big hard rock augers that are outside. We are also waiting on a Cangini Flail, one like that, here to turn up. It should be here next week. It's going to the US as well. Other than that, nothing terribly exciting this week. That's pretty much us for Friday. I'll show you that grab once we get it inside tomorrow. Other than that, we're nearly done for the week. Saturday morning, we're in the warehouse. It is absolutely freezing outside. I'll show you that in a minute. But first of all, we've got a delivery. Let's get it open and I'll show you what's in it. This is the new GRX grab range from Intermercato. This is a GRX 15, 4-finger grab, in this case for a customer's Cangini TB230 with an S40 hitch bracket. That's pretty cool to see. That is the first one of the new GRX range that we've seen in. It looks like a really strong, really nice built little grab, so that's cool to see. Thanks again to James for the order, it is much appreciated. If I can get some pictures of this on the machine by the time we edit this week's video, I will put them in here. And again, thanks to James for the order for that. Pretty cool, it looks like a nice little grab. It'll be good to see it out working and see what it looks like on the digger. Only thing left to do is hoses and couplers, and that'll be ready to go. We'll go get the hoses Monday, that should be ready to go Tuesday. In all honesty folks, that is pretty much us for the week. Nothing much else exciting happening today. What we'll do is I think we'll just run this week's episode into next week. We'll do 2 weeks into one because it's been terribly uneventful this week and it's not going to make for that great watching. So this is not the end of this episode. I'll see you again Monday. Fingers crossed there's a bit more action happening next week. Morning, it's Monday, we're back in the warehouse. As I said, we're just going to roll this week into last week and hopefully give you something interesting to actually watch. So on the plan for this morning, we have to get the big 35,000 max cradle hitch, and there's 2 augers outside. They need to go today. As I mentioned before, they're going to a customer in El Paso, Texas for a 25 ton, 30 ton John Deere. Pretty much ready to go. I need to put stickers on them, band them to the crate, wrap them up and they'll be good to go. The augers are outside. I need to put them on a better pallet, strap them down, get them ready to go as well. That'll be first things today. The little grab I showed you yesterday, Saturday even. I need to get hoses and fittings for it. And then that'll probably be most of the morning. That'll take us to about lunchtime and we'll see where we're at for there. So we're back at it, we're refreshed after the weekend. Let's get a start and let's get after this week. That's this big order done, ready to go. I'll keep you up to date with its progress, but it'll leave here today. It'll get to Heathrow Airport tomorrow. Not sure yet what flight it's going on, but I would imagine it's going to take a flight end of this week. Should be in Texas. 2 seconds so I don't drop this. Should be with the customer in El Paso, Texas by the end of next week. So that's really cool to see them out. Even better to be able to help Andrew out and his customers and our customers in the US. So happy with that for a Monday morning. Next plan, going to go get that little grab down that I showed you on Saturday. Make up some hoses for it. We might actually, depending on the time frame, get it out today. If not, we'll get it out tomorrow. I've actually taken an inquiry for another one of those grabs as well, so I'm going to have to go price that up this morning, and then we'll take the afternoon from there. Made a plan for the hoses for the little grab, spoke to the customer for what sort of couplers he's needing. I've put 2 1/4" BSP male adapters in the top of the ram. I'm going to come out of the inside one with a 90, and then I think I'll put either a 90, a 45 or a straight 45 I think on this outside one. Bring them to about here. We're having a little bit of a guess at this because it is for a tilt rotator. I think we're going to be right, but we're going to have a little bit of a guess at the length. Hopefully we're good. I'll make them this afternoon. I might need to go and pick up the quick release couplers because it's a size we don't actually have. Either that or we'll get them sent straight out. Other than that, we'll be more or less good to go on this. Palletway should be in this afternoon for that big order. But first, I'm going to go get my lunch. Check this out, Sunday's got the Monday feeling this morning. You alright, wee guy? Oh, Monday. So for anybody, if you're new here, you might not know who this is. This is my dog Woody. He's a 2-year-old working Cocker Spaniel who, if he's not lazing about in the house, is lazing about in the warehouse normally. So yeah, that's us for Monday morning. Going to go grab some lunch, come back up, finish those hoses, get that ready to go. It'll leave in the morning, and then we'll probably get in the office for a bit this afternoon. Alright, it's Tuesday morning. Don't know if you can hear it, but the Christmas songs are on next door. It is absolutely freezing outside. There's been freezing fog all evening. What is on the plan for today? Finish up the grab that you've seen us working on yesterday. I've decided, well, we put hoses on. I've decided to put a 90° on the top of the hose. Then I'll go and pick up some quick release couplers, and they should go somewhere about there, wherever the couplers are on the tilt rotator. Need to go pick up some couplers for that. Get 2 tyres fitted on my Jeep at the same time when I'm out, and I also need to go to the bank, so that'll make a good run. Those 3 places are pretty much en route to each other, so that'll make sense. I'll go do that. In fact, I'm going to go down to the office for 10, reply to a couple of emails, then I'll go get that done. Should be back middle of the morning. Can finish getting this packed up, get the couplers on it, get that out today. Tuesday morning, still back at 10:30. Got the couplers, picked them up from Hydroquip this morning. Also been to the bank. Here's my learning tip for the day that I never knew. So we deal with suppliers and manufacturers in Germany, Italy, throughout Europe, China, Korea, India, loads. But our Indian manufacturer, the ones that make our splitter cones and some other attachments, had sent documents for shipping for a shipment that should be delivered this week or this or next week to my bank, which are these, which I didn't know anything about. Apparently it's part of the process to do with credit terms when you're buying from India or an Indian manufacturer, that they send your shipping documents to your bank branch. New to me, that's my learning for the day. To be honest, fairly new to my bank branch as well, because they were a bit lost for what I was asking for when I got there. However, success, we've picked them up. I'm going to go and get 2 tyres fitted to this Jeep on the way home. I'm passing the door anyway, it'll take half an hour, 45 minutes. I'll go and get them done. Then we'll get back, put those couplers on the little Intermercato grab. Should manage, so it's at 10:30. We'll manage all that before lunchtime. We'll get it booked in. Pallowways will pick that up this afternoon and I'll be with the customer tomorrow. So far a productive morning. Let's get these bits and pieces done. I'll catch up with you when I'm back in the warehouse and we'll get that grab out. Grab order done, ready to go. Hopefully by the time you're seeing this I'll have some pictures of it on the machine and working. Thanks again James for the order, it is very much appreciated. As I say, if you don't mind grabbing us some pictures and video, we'll get them in here of it working. And yeah, as I say, thanks again for the order, very much appreciated. I'll get this out today, should be with you tomorrow. Tuesday afternoon, new tyres fitted on the Jeep. Shout out Autotech Lanark for sorting that out. Slight change of plan, they gave me a courtesy car while they had the Jeep. Put the new tyres on, went back and picked that up, so that is sorted. Sorted out the process with the shipping documents. I went to the bank. There's a couple of parts of those documents in there that need to go to the freight company, so I've just came back up to the warehouse here to print a label out for them so they can go today. Going to go and drop them at the post office in a minute so they can get there tomorrow. They'll still leave today, it is only 4:30. They'll get there tomorrow, that can get that moving, make sure that doesn't get held up any. And then I'll be back to the office again. Got a meeting, the usual meeting on a Tuesday evening with my brother Andrew. We talk about UK, talk about the US, talk through any problems and stuff. We're going to face this same document issue in the US because there is a shipment on the way there at the moment. So it's going to be the same process. Other than that, nothing particularly out of the ordinary happening. I'm going to go sort this out, run these documents to the post office, go for that meeting. I won't bother showing you because it'll be fairly boring. It'll just be me sitting on a computer, and then that'll pretty much be us for Tuesday. Wednesday morning, we're back in the warehouse again. I'm being unprofessional and working with my hood up this morning because it's absolutely freezing. I don't know if you can see that, but I can see my breath in here. So just came up to get this order out. It's a 200mm S4 tungsten auger with a 500mm extension. That'll go today, be with the customer tomorrow. We have some orders to get out tomorrow that I'm waiting on brackets being finished. I was planning on packing them up this morning and then just putting the brackets on tomorrow morning, but I think I will leave it this morning. I'll come back up this afternoon because it's freezing. I'll go get in the office while it's as cold. Let me show you actually. I don't know if you can see how frosty that is, but it was about -4 in the car this morning, so not a big fan of this weather if I'm honest with you. But that's that done. What else is on today? Some stuff to do in the office. Got a little bit of an update on the horizontal drilling setup that I was talking about end of last week. I'll show you that in a minute once I get to the office. Somebody coming to take a look at that small Simex screening bucket this afternoon. Might actually, when I'm up here, I'll get it down just now is what I'll do. That'll be that ready for when he turns up. We'll get this out and that'll be us done in the warehouse for Wednesday morning. slight change of plan, slight issue. I should have seen this coming, this is my own fault, but just getting this bucket ready. As I said, somebody is coming to take a look at it, probably taking it on demo this afternoon. So I had to get it out, make sure everything was good to go. The only thing I thought I had left to do was put some hoses on it. There is where the problem arises. I should have known this, but Simex use, I don't know if you can see them there, that is an ORFS fitting, O-ring face seal, and generally speaking we try and use what's called BSP. So that there, you can see it's coned in the way. Well, that's the male side, has got an inverse cone compared to the ORFS. You can see the O-ring there, hence O-ring face seal, ORFS. You can see the difference. Obviously your flat face on the female is like this, screws in, screws up tight to that O-ring, and that's what gives you your seal, which is fine if I had hose assemblies with that end, which I don't. So normally what we do is change them to BSP. Now I don't have a male adapter, or I could replace those, take those completely out of the block, and I don't have the right female adapter to go from ORFS to BSP. So what I would need is something like this. There's the ORFS side in the female, so that would have screwed on there, and then it would have left me with a 1/2 inch BSP male. However, that is too small. So the one we're dealing with on the bucket is a 13/16, and I think from memory this is a 9/16, and that's the only one I've got. So guess where we're going back to? Probably the same place we were yesterday, where we picked up the couplers for the grab. There's another place I'm going to try that's a fair bit closer. I'll call in there on the way past. If they've got any bonus, if they don't, we're going back to Hydroquip for some adapters. So, slight change of plan, but it does get us out of the cold, because at least it'll be warm in the car. Get a couple of adapters, and might even get some hose assemblies when we're there. Fire them on this bucket, and this will be ready to go. Success, well, relative success. Shout out Bryson Tractors. They're a whole lot closer than going back to Hydroquip. They didn't have the adapters, but they did have some hose ends. So I just got 2 hose assemblies made with the ORFS end on one end, and a female, and a male BSP on the other. So that sorts that. I should have taken the camera in with me though and gave you a tour around, because they're, for what is the relatively new shop and new stores, is pretty impressive, and it's got a massive range of Milwaukee tools as well. So next time I'm there, I will mind to take the camera in and give you a look around. When I was in there, apparently we've had something delivered at the yard, so I had to call in a favour, got my dad to go and unload the truck. So on the way back now, let's go see what we got delivered, and we'll probably just go fit these hoses while we're out, then we can get in the office before lunch. If you watched our week to week episode, I can't remember the number, but I'll link it up here. The one where we took delivery of, and then the following one where we sent back out a big stock order of hydraulic flails. This will look a little bit familiar, albeit this is a bigger version. Let me show you around. So this is a Cangini TC3F-180. It's a 1.8 wide version of the TC3 flail, but this is the F model, which is the front mounted, in this case for a high flow skid steer. It's got side shift, it's got float, and in this instance, which is not usual for us, it is fitted with, you can see there, it's fitted with blades as opposed to the hammers that we normally have on them. I'll put the specs up here so you can read them. I would love to unpack this and show you, but it is going straight back out also to a US customer, and to be honest, I really don't want to have to wrap it back up again. It looks fairly neat the way it is, so as much as it pains me, I would love to show you and actually to be honest, I would love to get a proper look round about it, but I like the shrink wrapped plastic. I think it looks nice. It's going on air freight again, so I really don't want to touch the packaging. It's burst a little bit on this corner, but I'll fix that. I'll tape those bits up, and other than that we'll get it back out. But we've been waiting on this for a few weeks now. Customer ordered it a few weeks back, and we've just been waiting on it coming here. Then it's going to leave here tomorrow. It'll be on a flight, well, it'll be on a truck down to Heathrow. It'll be on a flight the start of the week, and I think from memory it's going to a customer in Boston or New Hampshire. I'll have to check that, but really cool to see that in. As I say, I would love to be able to show you a little bit more. Maybe we can put a video in here of one of these front mounted flails working, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. But pretty cool. That's today's big delivery. Going to go, still up here, still freezing cold, so I'm going to go put these hoses on this screen bucket. Then I know that's done. Then I can get in the office because we've got some inquiries to get back to and some details I need to catch up with on that horizontal drilling auger, which I will show you as well. Nice, that is good to go. Let me quickly show you around it. If you've seen any of our episodes before, you've probably seen this, the Simex VSE2 screening bucket. I've now got a bracket on it, I've got hoses on it, and quick release couplers, so it is ready to go to work. I'll put the specs up here, but that is a soil screening bucket for a 1.5 tonne to 3 tonne mini excavator. It's got 0 to 20 mil shafts in it at the moment. As I say, I put a hitch bracket on it, pair of hoses. All it needs is one double acting hydraulic circuit, and it's fairly self-explanatory. Scoop your material up, spin the hydraulic motor, spins these two shafts, and out comes your screened material out the back. So hopefully customer turns up to take a look. He's come to take a look, but he was talking about a demo, so this has been our show unit this year, and it was the one we kind of had an offer on for Black Friday. So I'm fine with him taking it for a demo. He's local, I know who they are anyway, so that's not a problem. I'll get it out, get it working, see what they think of it. I have no doubt it's the right tool for the job, so it'd be good to see it out working. And that is pretty much me for Wednesday morning. It is lunchtime already, so I'm going to go down to the house, get a bit to eat. I've got some inquiries to do in the office, some stuff to follow up on, and then I'll come back up here when this customer gets here. Right, for the sake of keeping up to date, it is Wednesday evening, and yes, I'm in the house. Hello?
Hello?
Customer that was meant to come for the screening bucket never came. Let me put some lights on. Never came this afternoon, got held up. Might be here tomorrow, might be later in the week, so that was fine. Didn't have to hang about for that. Got a bunch done in the office. Took an order that will need to go out tomorrow for some more drive units. I'll show you that when it's ready to go. And I promised I would show you around the horizontal drilling setup. But
around the house?
No, I won't show you around the house. I'll show you that tomorrow as well. Oh, I think you seen Woody yesterday. Do you have anything to say? Nothing to add. Also today, another big PA drive unit left Cheltenham. I'll put a picture in here. That's an Auger Torque 42,000 max with a double pin cradle hitch for a Cabelco SK350. So a little bit annoying we won't actually see it here, but got you a picture to show you anyway, and hopefully once that gets to site and gets working, I'll be able to update you with some more pictures and some videos. Otherwise, it is Wednesday evening. That means 5-a-side night, so I'm finishing a little bit earlier, going to go there, and that'll be us for Wednesday.
Deal.
Do you have anything to add to this? Not a thing. Alright, on that note, Wednesday is done.
Bye.
Wednesday morning, I am in the office this morning just reviewing the first draft of Week to Week episode 16. Did I say Wednesday morning there or Thursday morning? Lost it already. Anyway, it is Thursday morning. I'm reviewing the first draft of episode 16. Woody is here also, chilling out there. I know it's unusual for me to be in the office first thing in the morning. However, I have good reason because, let me show you this. For context, I'm a warm weather person. I hate the cold weather. So here is a good excuse for hiding in a nice warm office for a couple of hours this morning. Here's my house and the cars and the driveway. So yeah, it's cold. It snowed last night for the first time this year. It was actually more there this morning when I got up than I expected. So Woody and I are in the office for a bit this morning, downloading some footage off of this camera, getting that uploaded, reviewing episode 16 so we can give some feedback on that and get Daryl, our video editor, working on the updates for that. It is by far our longest episode to date. I will link it up here if you haven't seen it. Go back, take it a watch. It's about an hour long though. It is a bit of a marathon, but it is the one where we go to our only trade show of the year. So full of different things, stuff you don't see on a weekly basis on our channel or on our week-to-week videos. So if you can, please go take a look. As I say, I'll link it. I think this is the right side up there. If not, it's up here somewhere. I'll link it there. Go take a look. Let me know what you think. On the plan for the rest of the morning, I have an order of Auger Torque drives. I need to go and pack up, get that out today. In fact, I'm just probably going to head there just now. I've finished downloading the memory cards off all the cameras. I'll go up. The sun is out, it's still freezing cold, but I'll go up there just now, get that done. I'll show you around that shortly. There is another couple of orders outstanding that I've been mentioning kind of all week, but I'm still waiting on finishing up the brackets for that. They might not go today. They'll probably go tomorrow now. But the customer was cool with it as long as they left this week. So I'll show you around that and I'll show you why there was a little bit of a hold up on getting it built. Other than that, that's the plan for Thursday. I was also back and forward with our manufacturing partner in India. On that note, we have just released episode, I think it's 15. Yes, it's episode 15, I'm sure. It's either 14 or 15. I'll link it here. Go watch that. That's by far my favourite yet. That is the episode where I went to India, looked around the factory, and it's cool. It's really cool. It's one of the highlights of my year so far, so go watch that as well. I'll link that up there. We just released that on YouTube last night. So I was back and forward with them this morning on some other projects and some other exciting things that we're hoping to do at the start of the year. So productive morning, hiding for the cold, but I must go and face it now. So let's go pack these orders and then I'll get back down into the office for the afternoon. That is this morning's order, pretty much ready to go. It's 4 Auger Torque X2500 drive units. All the boxes are stamped, all the drives are stickered up. Each one of these drives for this customer in this application gets an extra pin and clip. All it's have to do is put the lids back on these, strap them to the pallet and wrap them up, and they'll be good to go. These are for a customer, a really good repeat customer of ours that don't use them for drilling holes, but they do use them to drive augers. They're used for building tar hot boxes, which is a pretty neat application. I haven't actually seen it in person yet, but it would be good to get there at some point and show you how they are used. So that's us pretty much done, almost done. I'll show you me strapping them up and wrapping them in a second. Also, let me show you this. We are investing, constantly trying to improve, and we are stepping up the production of our week-to-week series with the addition of a second camera. Got ourselves a little GoPro. I've had some GoPro copies and knockoffs in the past, but this is a genuine Hero 10 Black. So you might notice a little bit different. Hopefully you'll notice a couple of different camera angles. It is just myself most of the time filming our week-to-week series, so it does add a little bit extra time when I'm doing things like this because I'm running about setting up tripods and cameras, but it's all in the name of trying to make a better product for you. So let me know what you think in the comments below, what you would like to see more of, what you would like to see less of, and hopefully the addition of the extra camera means we can get some cool angles. I'll get some extra mounts and things, and we'll mount some stuff on the forklift and things like that. So hopefully that shows a little bit of improvement in the production of this week-to-week series. But enough for me. This order is almost ready to go. I'll finish it up. We also need to put a label on that big flail that got delivered yesterday because it is going out today as well. So let's go. I said earlier that I don't like the cold, and I stand by that. Give me hot and sunny any day. However, a bit of snow does fairly brighten the place up, especially when you get the sun with it at the same time, I suppose. Thursday afternoon, back in the office again. Laura's here. Let me show you quickly what I'm working on here. I did promise to do this the other day, but never got around to it. So let me spin you around and I'll show you. This is firstly a double pickup cradle, which means, I'll move my mouse here, hopefully I can show you. There'll be big pin, or an 80mm pin in the front and an 80mm pin in the back. That'll be for the bigger of the two excavators, the larger of the two that will pick this up, a 20-ton excavator. And then this middle pin here, if you can see my mouse, will be a 65mm pin, and then we'll make what we would call a dumbbell pin for this front one, which will be 80mm on the outside and 65mm on the inside, which means the 14-ton excavator can pick it up. Now that's one part of this. The other part being that this is for horizontal drilling. So the excavator would pick it up on this side, and the drive and the cradle and the drive would face horizontally away from the excavator. So that's pretty cool. It's the first one like this we've done. I'll quickly show you. There's the sort of makeup of the cradle, or of the hitch side of the cradle, I should say. In fact, actually, the whole thing though, because there's the bottom of the cradle there. There are the dimensions. You'll see a bit better kind of idea we're going for. That'll be for, ignore that, that is a customer's warranty claim. That is for a big drive unit this size, a 42,000 max. Same, these are the pictures I showed you the other day of a customer's that was getting dispatched, but it's going to be the same size drive unit. So that's pretty cool. That's the first one of them I have worked on. That's also, I don't think I've got the pictures here to show you. I do. Going with a big set of 680mm diameter horizontal drilling augers with an earth head like that style, and a rock drilling head like that. So that'll be 8 metres long, 4 2-metre continuously flighted sections, which will be pretty cool. We're getting them made at another supplier, so I'll show you them. They'll be the start of the year before we see them, but I will show you the full setup once we get it ready to go. So that is what's on at the moment. Laura, what you at?
I'm currently just on LinkedIn.
I don't know if you'll have heard that, but currently browsing LinkedIn.
No, someone's messaged, they've seen our post about Scott Plant and Brandon, and they've reached out to see if we'd be interested in any uniforms and stuff, so I'm just messaging him back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think I've showed you this. Let me show you this. This is Project Plant magazine. It's a quarterly industry magazine that we get here in Scotland. Let me open that page. Oh look, who's that? I'll skip along to the pages that we're on. 58. There we are. Our first magazine feature, which is pretty cool to see. I did give this interview a few weeks back and I proofread the article before it went out, but I didn't quite expect it to take up as many pages in the print. So there, two, and then that's 2 pages, and then our Ecotech shears that I've showed you before, and our Simex screening buckets, and Simex advert also with our name on it. And that is our picture from the day we went to demo that VSE 10 on James's Cat 308. So that is really cool, to be honest. Our first time in a magazine. Yeah, really cool that. Good to see. So a big shout out to Project Plant, to Gary Moog the editor and Mark Griston for helping us out and make that happen. That's cool to get a bit of publicity and get our story out there, especially with the new name and the new logo and the new look. So positive feedback also, which is nice to hear as well. Know that you would also always hear any negative, but anything I've heard has been positive. So that is a bonus. Other than that, that's pretty much us for Wednesday. I'm going to do a little bit more work in here, finish this off, get this ready to go, so that can get built before the end of the year. We should see that before Christmas, hopefully, with the drive, and then the augers will be the start of the year. So all in all, pretty cool. Makes for a busy week, and that is pretty much us for Thursday. Unless you've got anything to tell the folks.
Nope. I don't think so.
Not a thing. That's us for Thursday. See you in the morning. Okay, I've left my other camera down at the office. Hopefully the audio quality is okay on the GoPro. Just had a quick order there from a customer really needing an auger in a hurry. Got one here, that's why we keep them in stock. So it is about 2:30 just now, but I haven't had our palletways collection for the day yet, so I'm going to go pack this up. It's a 150mm Auger Torque S4 tungsten auger. I'm I'm going to get this packed up, get it out just now so the customer can get it. Tomorrow, as I say, they were in a hurry for it. We've got it in stock, so good. I like when those things happen. It's why we keep as much stock as we do, and it's why we can ultimately, well, one of the reasons that we can ultimately offer as good a service as we can when somebody needs something in a hurry like that. So enough of me talking, let's get it packed up. This is what happens when you're rushing. Tied it down to the pallet. Tied it down to the pallet. Forgot to stick it up. And you know we're all about branding here, so let's try that again. Done. Stick a label on that, get it up the top. That'll be ready to go today. Nice. Morning, Friday morning, we've made it again. We're nearly at the end of the week. It is absolutely freezing. -6 this morning, it showed in the car, and trust me, it feels like it. I've resisted up until now, but this might be the day that I cave and put a hat on. I've made it to the 1st of December, but this day might just break me and make me consider putting a hat on. But regardless, painted a couple of hitch brackets this morning. I'm waiting on them drying, which takes twice as long in this weather. But in the meantime, I'm going to pack up the rest of the orders so that we're just ready to put the bracket on, send it out. So let's get a start on that. Quicker we get that done, quicker I get to my nice warm office and out of this freezing cold warehouse. Let's go. So this morning's order is for 2 Auger Torque setups, an X1500 and an X2500, which was the same drive unit you seen us packing 4 of yesterday. Just going to get going with a 300mm diameter and a 200mm diameter S4 tungsten augers. So again, if you've seen any of our previous videos, you'll have seen setups similar to this. That is a 300mm tungsten auger and a 200mm for each of those drive units. They both use the same auger with a 65mm round hub, and that's pretty much us. There's a single pin hitch to go with one of these setups, and then one of the cradles that I'm waiting on the paint drying, which I'll show you in a minute. This is a single pin hitch. It's going with one of these packages. I will try and put a picture here of what this looks like mounted on an excavator. It is our more price conscious mounting option, but it does work pretty well. It just gives a little bit less control than the cradles that you've seen us make, but it is quick, it's easy, it pins straight on to the dipper of the excavator and works just as well as you would expect. So this order is going also with a cradle hitch. This would normally be our double pin cradle, but in this instance it is fitted with a Harford SL10 safe lock bracket. In this instance, for the customer's Cangini TB216, it's fitted with an SL10 bracket. I'll put a picture in here showing you how that connects up. It's obviously a different setup to our standard double pin, but nonetheless we keep these top brackets in stock, and as you know, we keep the cradles in stock, so it's just a case of welding one to the other. But this order is pretty much ready to go. I just have to strap it down, wrap it up, and that'll go today. That is the first of today's orders done, ready to go. Labels are on it, palletways, we'll pick that up this afternoon. I've also got a small order for a double pin cradle hitch. You've seen that before. I'll show you quickly that if you've watched any of our content, you'll have seen that before. It's the same as that SL10 I was showing you, but with the double pin pickup on the top. And this is for a customer's Cangini TB216. So I'm going to pack that up now, and then we've got another auger package to go today as well. So plenty happening. Let's get on with that one, and then I'll show you around the auger package when that's ready to go as well. is essentially the same auger package that we packed up first thing this morning. Another Auger Torque X2500 with a 30mm single pin hitch that's going on a customer's Kubota U17, and this time a 225mm S4 tungsten auger. And there's also a pair of quick release couplers going with this one as well. So a busy Friday, and there's a return there going to Auger Torque as well with a couple of hydraulic motors. But all in all, a busy Friday, an excellent start to the month. If the start of every month had 4 pallets going out, that would be excellent. But thank you to everybody that's placed orders. They will be out today. They should be, majority of them should be delivered Monday, if not Tuesday. So as I say, really good start to the month, happy with that. Going to go finish this order up, get it strapped to the pallet, labelled, taped up, ready to go. Take them all up the top yard for SNT when they're in, and that'll be us for Friday morning. It is Saturday afternoon. You can tell it is still white here. It's not quite as cold today as it was yesterday, right enough, but there is still some ice and snow about. Just walking back down to the house from the warehouse. Didn't have much planned for today, so I spent a little bit of time tidying up around the warehouse, trying to put some stuff away, trying to make a bit more space. Other than that, that was pretty much it for the day. You know that if you've watched any of our videos before now, you know we try and share the good and the bad on here. So I did have a call from a customer that we supplied a flail to a number of weeks ago that's got a bit of a hydraulic leak. I'll put a video in here, show you. I think it is the flow control valve. So I did go somewhere local, back to Bryson Tractors, the same place I was at the other day getting the hoses, to see if they had one, and I took the camera in. Here's a quick look around their place, but they didn't have one, so out of options for the day. I'm going to go Monday down to Hydroquip, pick up a new flow control valve. That should fix the leak. In the meantime, I did say to the customer just to bypass the valve, put the hose straight on for what he's doing today. It shouldn't cause too much of an issue and should keep him working for the weekend. Other than that, that is pretty much us for Saturday. We have a small issue with Laura's computer in the office. We did get it custom built and it did come with a warranty, so we're going to go take that back this afternoon, get that fixed. And other than that, that's pretty much us for Saturday and us for the week. So if you have made it all the way to the end, again, thank you very much for firstly clicking on the video, secondly making it all the way to the end. And just a quick note, if you have watched our India episode, which I think is episode 16, thank you very much. To date, I checked it this morning, and to date it is by far our best performing, highest viewed YouTube episode, week to week episode. So thank you very much. It just gives us a little bit of extra determination and drive to keep doing these and keep trying to make them better and keep trying to improve. So thank you very much for clicking on this week and making it all the way to the end. If you have any questions on anything from this, well, this will be a 2-week episode, this fortnight's episode, or anything else, please leave us a comment down below. Let me know. I'll do my best to address it in upcoming episodes. And if you really don't mind doing us a big favour, when you're there leaving a comment, please hit subscribe as well. It just helps us keep building up the channel, and it lets you get notified every week when we post a new week to week episode. Thank you again. That is us for week to week episode 19. I don't know what one we're on. I think, if I've done my sums right, this is episode 20, which is ridiculous. So thank you. That is us on episode, I hope, 20. If not, I'll put a graphic in here, keep myself right. But thank you very much again for clicking on, and we'll see you next week. Cheers!